video we are going to publish the ASP.NET application along with the Microsoft SQL Server database on the local host. So before publish, make sure guys your application is working fine in the Visual Studio. If you run and execute it, the application it should work properly on your browser with the SQL Server. If it is working fine here, then you can publish it on the local host or any web server, or you can say for any hosting. So let me show you my application is working fine with my SQL. First I'm going to log in with my account on my application. So it is logged. So after the login, I'm going to browse something to show you guys my application is working fine. So guys, first make sure your application is working on the Visual Studio with your database. Next thing, on the main folder, in the main directory of your application, just right click and find out the publish option. If you click on this option, it provides us some more options from where you can publish directly to your FTP account, to your web server, or on your local machine. So I'm going to select the custom, and from here I'm going to name the directory, or you can say to name the folder where I'm going to publish my application on my local machine. So custom is used to publish the application on your local folders. So I'm going to give it name. After this, it is going to ask on which method you are going to publish. You web deploy, FTP directly to your server, file manager, or file system. So I'm going to select the file system, which asks me for the target location, means the folder where you want to publish your files. So I'm going to browse it. In my documents, I'm going to create a new folder for this. So I'm going to name is XD publish. So it is going to ask you that are you sure you want to create this folder? Okay, yes, because this is not exist before. After the creating the folder, I'm going to click the next. So here you got some options. You can select a release because I'm running my Visual Studio after debugging, so I select a release, and there's a few folders. If you are publish your application second time or multiple times, you can select the delete all existing files prior to the publish, which means in the selected target location folder, if the published version is already exists, you can replace the latest files with it. So I'm going to select nothing because this is first time I'm going to publish this application. And if you have your database locally into your application folder, app data folder, you can see here you can select to execute if you want to execute database from your application. So I'm going to next. Okay, it shows me the directory where it is going to publish my files after I click publish. So click on publish. If you guys have any error or bug in your application, your Visual Studio is going to show you here. So after 1 succeeded, 0 failed, that's mean my application is published successfully, and it showed me the directory where I published it. So I go to my documents, and there with the XD I published XD publish folder. So this is my application which I published. So next thing you need, guys, you guys need to have open your Internet Information Services. So here's mine. So first make sure your published version have a permission. So for giving the permission to this folder, just go to the properties. You can add from the security. From the security, I click on the added, and I'm going to find the name everyone. So on my machine, everyone can access these folders. So I'm going to give full access. Click OK. OK. So next thing, just copy this folder, go to your C drive, to the main directory of your Internet Information Services, which is in pub and www root. Here I'm going to paste my folder. Okay, I'll just give permission continue. So after paste your folder here and giving you permission to this folder, I'm going to Internet Information Services, from where I can refresh it. In the default, I found out my folder. So you can say this is just a folder, this is not a published version. So I click on the right click and I'm going to convert it to application. Okay, it will say your folder name is this and you are going to use your default Apple, and the physical path will be this. You mean the local host. After the local host, your published folder name. I just click OK. Okay, now your application is published properly. Just click on the browse. So you can see now after the browsing I got the local host here, and after the local host I had my folder name. Okay, so you can see guys, my application is working on my published local host. So let me try that is the application is working with the Microsoft SQL Server properly or not. So I click on the login, I just give my information for login, and I click on sign in. Okay, fine. When I click on the sign in, it shows me this exception. So don't worry here, just follow the instructions. So it is saying that the login is failed due to your database have the requested by the login is cannot open. So that means you need to copy this exception here. Just copy it and go to your Microsoft SQL. Find out your database. Here is my database. So in the databases, just go to the security folder. In the security folder, go to the users. Just right click on it and add a new user. So after click on the add a new user, I'm going to paste the name which I find out on my browser, the exception name. So paste here, and default schema. Here we are going to select that this user is going to be the owner of this database, so it can access all the properties to it. So from all schemas you can select the owner and membership. Click owner. From these three stages you have to select the owner for this user, then click OK. Refresh your database. Okay, let's click on the back. So I refresh my application and I'm going to click and submit my information again for the login. So here we go, we got the login, we get the complete access to our published web application. So I'm getting all the record, I'm getting the list of users. So that's all. So these are the few steps guys you have to follow before you publish on your local host. And if you publish on the server, maybe you get some kind of another exception, anti-authentication network or something. Just copy that thing and go to your SQL, just add into the security a new user and allow this to be the database owner. So this is going to allow you the access the communication between your application and MS SQL server. I hope so this video is becoming useful for you guys. Give some comments and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.